Hi guys, it's Erica Hargaton here, certified child sleep consultant with my private practice Babogue. I'm the creator of the Sleep Series, which is an online sleep program all based around my 7 steps to better sleep. And I'm a mum of 3. So as I've said a million times already, there's very little I haven't seen on the sleep front, and definitely what I'm going to talk about today, I have lived in my own house. So COVID, we're all living through different degrees of lockdown through this whole unprecedented time, this pandemic, and something that I hope we never see again and that none of us really would have ever lived through before. There's people watching this that are not just from Ireland but from all over the world, and every country dealt with things differently, but most of us will have lived through significant changes in how we live our lives. And 3 of those significant changes, in my opinion, are having to work from home, our children's schools being closed, and our children's childcare being closed. So all of a sudden, families are now all together all day long trying to do what they used to do, but at home. I don't know about you guys, but I only started working from home in the last number of years, so the last kind of maybe 2.5, 3 years. And I love working from home, but not when the kids are in the house, like not at all. Constant interruptions, things being kind of a bit frayed, giving them whatever they want in order for them to be quiet when you're on the Zoom call. And then you're probably working early in the morning and working late into the evening as well. So things are just on top of their heads. So let's call a spade a spade. Routine has probably gone significantly out the window, and the screen time in your home has probably gone through the roof. And I would say, listen, that's happened in my house too. So like zero judgment here. This is just real. And I would say that as a result, you guys are seeing changes in your children's sleeping patterns. I know I certainly did in the first few weeks of COVID. Kate, who is a champion sleeper, was getting up every single day at 6 o'clock. I really feel that this was twofold: change in routine and a bit of anxiety around what was happening. She's only 8 years of age. So this whole thing of talking about on the radio, the amount of people getting sick and the amount of people dying and everything, just awful. And children think about things. So we actually turned off an awful lot of the media that was coming into the house. And we were only watching the news when the children were gone to bed. I wasn't allowing kind of listening to the radio during the day, just to kind of keep a lid on it. And the same thing happened with Patrick, now in that he just started to get up earlier in the morning. Now I have gotten him back on track, but I do think this was down to routine. So the first 2 weeks of COVID, we didn't really know what was happening. We were flying by the seat of our pants. Everything was up in the air. So probably like everybody else, I let routine slack a little bit in the house. But I soon realized that we needed a routine to function. So what I'm saying to you guys is, if you have been living through this whole unprecedented time and routine has gone out the window a little bit, I would focus in on the aspects of routine that you're able to put back in place. Maybe it's as simple as structured meal times: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'd encourage all of you to start waking your children again in the morning. And this is hard. Start resetting their little body clocks again. By letting them sleep longer in the morning, you're pushing the whole day out. So for example, Patrick is up by 7:30 every day. So I wouldn't necessarily wake him. But if he wasn't awake by 8, I probably would. Quinn and Kate, the older two, they're 11 and almost 9. They've been woken at 8:30 every morning. Now, I know it's probably crazy to you guys that they sleep on, but in order for me to gain a bit more kind of structure on the day, I need to start waking them again. So if you have a small baby, I would encourage you to start their day at 7 o'clock with a milk feed outside of their bedroom, not in a space that can be associated with sleep. So take it out of the room, and then start with doing a routine around food. Then work on a routine around daytime sleep. Get your napping structure back in place. So like, take a look at the various resources out there to figure out, okay, my child is 3 months older. What napping structure is suitable for a child of this age range, and put that in place. If you have found that screen time has gone through the roof, start to pull that back again and limit it prior to nap times and prior to bedtimes, because the blue light technology that is emitted from all screens, even the one I'm looking into at the moment, it can impede melatonin production, which is the sleepy hormone, and make it harder for a child to initiate and maintain their sleep. So pull it back. Don't have any screen time in the hour before sleep time. Yes, screen time is okay, but just not in the hour prior to bedtime. And then start to work on establishing your bedtime routine again. If you can, limit the calls, limit the interaction with other people in that kind of hour prior to bedtime, and focus in on family. Focus in on your evening meal, focus in on that hour of quality time, focus in on bedtime, and try and get some kind of semblance of routine back. If you're in a situation where the nights have just gone to pot, look at why. Why is this happening? Maybe have we started to give a bottle again where the bottles had been dropped during the night? Maybe have we reverted to co-sleeping? Nothing wrong with co-sleeping, but have we reverted to it where it wasn't our first choice to survive a situation that was happening? If you have, there are things that you can put in place, plans that you can put in place around making change with these things to bring it back to where your family sleep goal might lie. That's something that my sleep series, the online program, can help you with. Figuring out what the problem is, looking at the problem objectively, and putting a plan in place to get you to where you might want to be. I hope you found that useful. Again, if you want to find out more about me, check out babbo.com. Thanks a mil.